Sweating to the truth, nothing but the truth. Put my hands on the Bible, y'all point me to the booth. Sweating to the truth.
Yo, so what's going on, bro? I just wanted to get on here and speak my heart concerning a few things. It's something that we've heard constantly over and over again, but I think that just being repetitive about it continuously so that people will get it, I think is the most important thing. But rap culture is killing our youth, man. And if we don't, especially as big homies, if we don't take that word accountability and start moving into action with it, things are only just going to continue to get worse as time goes, worse. And it's bad enough as it is already, but it's just, we won't see change at all, period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like one of the major places that us as big homies have to get to the place, as the older, big homies, older men, how people would like to refer to themselves. But really telling the young homies that, man, you can't move like this. You can't continue to keep going the route in the way that you're going and think that a good outcome will come from it. That you'll produce a life of peace and prosperity. It don't work like that. It didn't work like that for El Chapo. It didn't work like that for Big Meech. It didn't work like that for Pablo Escobar. It didn't work like that for Frank Lucas. It didn't work like that for Freeway Ricky Ross. And we can go down the line. Now, there are very few who made it out. But when you're looking at it in totality, it usually always ended up in one or two ways, which was dead or in jail. And I think as big homies, we do the younger men a disservice to really not sit them down and really talk to them and telling them, like, bro, yo, this is a facade. This is not real. The dudes that's living these life, the dudes that's claim to be living these lifestyles, when you're looking into the mainstream and the mainstream media, the mainstream artists, a lot of them not in that no more. Even if they lived it in the first place, a lot of them not moving like that because they know if they did, their career is over with. But what you get though is you get dudes, as far as this mainstream is concerned, who lying about these lifestyles because they know that it sells. They know it's what people want to hear. And then you get young dudes who's actually living these lives, and they feel like, hey, I'm really living what they talking about. I can put this on the beat, and now I can possibly get paid for it. Shoot, let's run it up. Let's work. But the truth is, again, it never worked. It never worked. You know what I'm saying? And they go forth with these mindsets that they're the exception. And everybody get their mindset to whatever it is. Like, that's a natural way of thinking, that we the exception, that we not gonna get caught, that we invincible, that we Superman, that we can't be touched. It's a news flash on that, bro. You can be touched. And that's the stone cold hard truth. A lot of us, especially in the black community, like to glorify people like Frank Lucas and Freeway Ricky Ross and Scarface and Big Meech and Pablo Escobar. We like to glorify these people who are living these lifestyles, but we always cut it short as opposed to what actually happened to them. Like when reality actually set in, what happened? You find out that these dudes were not bigger than the law. These dudes, again, either dead or in jail. And so what makes any of us think that we're the exception to the rule? And it don't matter how far you go back. You could Al Capone and the you know what I'm saying? The Untouchables movie. That was really when I learned a lot about him. But even in that though, like there is no way out. There is no way out. 9 times out of 10, dudes aren't the exceptions. Nobody is the exception. And then when things like that pop off, a homie go to jail or homie get shot and killed, then it's always on social media. You know, rest in peace, free my nigga. Why did they have to do him like that? You know, he was such a good dude. When the truth is, there's consequences to the lifestyles that we live, regardless of how he was in your eyes. Like the stuff that he or she, but mainly it be he was doing, he was going to wind up in one of those situations anyway. That's where accountability comes. That's where accountability comes in at. Us holding to the truth of situations and realizing, like, man, it really is only two ways. It really is only two ways to this. If I'm really trying to encourage this thing as somebody that's older in the community, I don't really love my homie like I say I do. I don't really want to see my homie prosper like I say that I do. I don't really want to see my homie flourish like I say that I do. Because if I did, then I would sit him down and tell him the truth, like, this ain't the way to go about it. Love you enough to tell you that, bro. That's the type of stuff that we need to have more. We're going to only continue to see homies going to jail and homies getting killed. It's just going to be a constant repetitive cycle over and over again until we actually seek to get this thing under some type of order. But man, hear my heart, bro. Like, I really care about the youth, especially young men, with me being a man myself. But, you know, just really care to see them prosper, man. Just really care to see them succeed in life. And I hate to see a young dude that didn't know his purpose and was out here chasing these things that don't matter. And so, like, I just think that it's very important, again, for us as young men, older guys, to really just come take them under our wing and just really help guide and navigate them through this thing. But man, that's all I really wanted to say. Really hope somebody really hears this and takes this to heart. But peace, love y'all, and I'm out, man.
Swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. Put my hands on the Bible, y'all point me to the booth. Swear to tell the truth.